What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with the weekly watch list video. This week is going to be a little bit different than most weeks. I'm going to be talking about 4 stocks that I'm going to be looking at for moves this week, early in the week. A couple of stocks I'm going to be looking at later in the week and for a couple of weeks to follow. A couple of them got some nice catalysts coming up, and I definitely want you to have these stocks on your watch list for any moves pre-catalysts and to take advantage of those moves. We're only looking for a small piece of those moves, and time after time after time after time, you keep on getting those moves, you put them in your account, and that's what builds a successful trader. So let's get into this. First stock that I'm talking about is a stock that I talked about a month ago. I've talked about it a couple weeks ago. I talked about it last week. I've talked about it on Friday. I talked about it on Saturday. So this is one that we're going to be definitely looking at this week, though. It's TPTW, TPT Global Tech. You guys know my thesis if you watch my videos on this stock. As we know, this company has gotten a contract with Walmart. Anytime an OTC play, a little small stock like this, gets a contract with a global powerhouse like Walmart, we know good things can happen. The main thing with this stock is I closed just a shade below 8 cents. And with this news, this catalyst is much better than the one last week where we got the spotlight put on TPTW on CBS San Diego. And that propelled the stock just to a little over 9 cents. So what I think is that this stock's going to break through that, and it's going to be approaching its 52-week highs of 10 cents. I anticipate the stock to gap up tomorrow. A lot of other outlets have been talking about this stock. So I think there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this stock. Another good thing is that this stock got this news on a Friday. These OTC stocks are not highly followed. They're not followed by analysts or any of the big traders. So they're going to look and they're going to see, this stock's is up quite a bit. Let's take a look why. When they see this news and it's been circulating all weekend long, this is going to cause, and as we all know, OTC stocks do not trade after hours, and they're traded very thinly in the pre-market. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of traders to throw in buy orders, and this is what this is going to cause is a big supply and demand issue on the open. We're going to gap up, and I think this thing can continue to run. If this thing pushes past those 52-week highs, the sky's the limit. I don't know where this thing goes, but I do think we got a very nice gain coming up in this stock. And I think even after the open gap up, I think we still have some opportunity for gains throughout the week. So I would definitely have TPTW on my watch list and be looking to get in on this stock if it's got any move left. If this thing breaks that 52-week highs, we got a breakout right there, and it could propel much higher from there. So, second stock we're going to be talking about is another stock that I mentioned on my OTC Saturday video, which is Black Star Enterprise Group, BEGI. Again, if you want to know my thesis on this stock, just take a look at the video from yesterday, OTC Saturday video. Again, as Bitcoin goes, this stock's going to go, and just like Riot and Mara, if Bitcoin is now approaching that 12,000, breaking past 12,000, if it does that, this stock's going to follow it. So I would be definitely keeping my eye correlated with Bitcoin on BEGI. The next stock we're going to be talking about is RVVTF. I mentioned this stock on Friday, that it had some news on Friday, so if you want to know my thesis on this stock, I've mentioned it several times in the past, and I actually have some videos titled with RVVTF in the title. I don't know why this stock is so cheap. The only reason I can think of is that there are some bag holders from a couple weeks back when this stock propelled up to 50 cents. Once we get these bag holders out of the way, I really think this stock is a solid OTC stock. It has solid news, and it has a very solid catalyst, especially for the times we're in with the election infection. So I would definitely keep RVVTF on my watch list. Again, I've mentioned this stock several times. I think this stock has quite a bit of run left in it. It's been moving kind of funny. It seems like every time it pumps up, it gets pushed back down, and I do think that's a lot to do with the bag holders pushing this thing down. So once we get those bag holders out of the way, who knows what happens with this stock, but I like it, and it's on my watch list. The fourth stock that I'm looking at for early in the week is Town Sports International Holdings. This is CLUB. This stock has under 27 million float. This stock was up 48%, a little over 48% on Friday. What these guys do is they manage, operate, and own gyms all along the East Coast, the northern East Coast. And we had some news later in the week, last week, that the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, said that gyms were going to be allowed to be open soon. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know at what time frame they're going to be doing this, but this definitely propelled this stock to start moving up. This is a stock that I've been watching for quite some time. I'm not a huge fan of the business model. I'm not a big fan of gyms. I think a lot of people are going to be moving towards the Pelotons and things like that, the at-home fitness, doing it themselves. So this is definitely not a long-term play, but I think with that catalyst of gyms being open, I think this stock has some room to run. And again, it's a lower float stock with about 27 million or less float. So this is definitely a stock I'd keep on my watch list. Now, a couple of these stocks are stocks that I think have a little bit of a longer term. They have some catalysts that are pushed out a little bit. The first one is ADTX Therapeutics, ADTX. Now, what this company does, they actually develop technology specifically focused on improving the health of the immune system. They do this through immune monitoring and reprogramming. How they do that, I don't know, but that's what they do. They focus on the retraining of the immune system to induce tolerance with an objective of addressing the rejection of transplanted organs, autoimmune deficiencies and diseases, and allergies. Now, on August 6th, they announced the completion of the validation studies of their C19 or their election infection test, which is an antibody test. This test was done through the Stanford Blood Center. And this stock actually on that day shot up from $4 all the way up to $9.58. This stock closed at $4.56 on Friday, and this thing has under 6 million float. So I think this stock has been beat down a little bit. Any type of movement in the stock can send this stock flying. Any little catalyst, any PR release can send this stock flying. So I would definitely keep ADTX on your watch list over the next couple of weeks. Another stock is Outlook Therapeutics, OTLK. This stock closed on Friday at $1.40. This is a higher float stock, has about 100 million in float. This is a late stage biopharmaceutical company working on let's see, this company's working on retinal advanced macular degeneration. It's AMD, DME, and BRVO. I don't know what the other two stand for, but the data on this study will be released in late August. I believe it's anticipated to be released later this week or early next week. This company had better than expected earnings, and if this drug is approved, it will be the first and only drug of its kind. So that's fabulous right there. I mean, anytime you get something that's the only or the first of its kind in any type of drug or anything like that, you gotta like that. You gotta like that catalyst. And at $1.40, it's a cheap stock to take a flyer with. And another thing is they also have a nice upward trending chart over the past month and a half, 2 months. So OTLK is definitely a stock. I'll be looking for that catalyst and probably to get in prior to the release of these phase 3 trials, and looking for an anticipatory run, and then getting out before the trial is released. If the trials go well, maybe jumping back in right afterwards. You got to keep in mind with these stocks, you really never want to hold through the release, because if something bad happens, the stock can go down to 20 or 30 cents. So this is just based upon how it's an anticipatory run up to the trial release date, and then if the trials go well, getting in afterwards. But I do not want to hold through the release of the trials. Now, a couple of longer-term holds that I'm going to be talking about. One is TNXP, Tonix Pharmaceuticals. I mentioned this last week. The stock closed at $1.02. When I mentioned it last, it was in the 80-cent range, 89 cents. This stock, they have phase 3 trial results due in September for fibromyalgia. They're also working with Kansas State and Columbia University on a election infection vaccine. So TNXP is definitely a stock I love. It's a stock that I think has a chance to double or triple, in my opinion. They have a diverse pipeline, and I really like this company. This is something that I'm going to be holding probably for up into and probably through some of those trial releases, because I really have faith in this company. Another one is another one I mentioned about a week ago, and that's Heat Biologics, HTBX. This stock closed at $1.67 on Friday. Now, this stock is actually, they're also working on a election infection vaccine. When I mentioned them last week, they were $1.56, so they're only up slightly from that. Any news on that vaccine, this stock can go flying. So I would definitely keep my eye on this stock. Now, it's a little bit of a higher float stock. It had a huge upward trend earlier. I believe it was in July, in mid-July, for about 5 or 6 days. Went from about $1 almost to about $3.50, almost $4. So we know this stock can move. So I would definitely keep this stock on your watch list. And the final stock that I have on my list, and this is a little bit of a longer term hold, this is an OTC stock, PLNHF, Planet 13 Holdings. This stock closed at $3.46 on Friday. This thing was up a little over 11 cents, only about 3%. This is a vertically integrated cannabis company based in Las Vegas, Nevada, and they actually have award-winning cultivation and production and dispensary operations, and that is in Las Vegas. Now, Planet 13 is working to build a recognizable global brand, and they're actually known for world-class dispensary operations and a creator of innovative cannabis products. This stock is up from $1.50 in mid-July. The stock is surging, in my opinion, and I believe this could be a $7 to $10 stock. I'm talking maybe 3-4 months down the road. So, and in fact, in April, the stock was only 63 cents. So this stock has been just grinding and grinding higher. It's a stock, one of the OTC stocks that I like, more of a long-term hold. So I would put PLNHF on my radar and take a good look at this stock. Again, that's PLNHF, Planet 13 Holdings. That is the conclusion of the watch list. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'm trying to get out of here. Again, the air conditioning went out in this place. It's a motor. I had to order one, so it'll be in tomorrow. I'm sweating like a thief in a courtroom right now. So we're going to get this over with. You guys please like, share, and subscribe. Again, any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I appreciate you watching. You guys have a blessed weekend, and let's get that money, traders.